Hey guys, what is up? This is UMixer238, and today we will be doing part 3 of this tutorial. Whew, almost there, almost done with this guy. If you guys do like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. That always, oh my gosh, I'm always breaking blocks. That really does help me out though. If you guys do like and subscribe, that always helps me out. But with that said, we're gonna start off this video, and I know I said I'm gonna do decorations and stuff, and you guys are probably wondering why I'm not in my build creative world right now. But that's because there are actually a few more details that I forgot in the last part of the video that I will show you guys how to do real quickly. And yeah, sorry about that. I forgot a few details. I was running on gas and fumes, and I was just trying to get this thing over with, which I just realized I need a torch over here. But yeah, I was running on gas and fumes, and I didn't quite finish the last couple parts. Man, I've gotten confused with my own maze. Let me try to find myself real quick out of this maze. You know what? I'm just gonna go through the ground. I'll do the easy thing. Okay, but yeah. So there were a few very small minor details that I forgot to mention. And then we will move on to the decaling and then finally the decorating of this video. So the few details that I forgot, which were very, very simple, was that at the end of each of these kind of hallway entrances right here, we do want another one of these lamppost things, or I don't even know what it's called. It's not a lamppost, but you know what I'm trying to get at. We just want one of these guys at the end of each and every single one, except for this one, because that's where the doorway is going to be, and this one, because this is where our main hall is. And basically, there was another thing I forgot to tell you. At the end of the last part of part 2 of this tutorial, I was trying to show you guys a redstone door, and I was like, oopsie, I don't know what's wrong with it. I messed up. Turns out, I messed up big. I'm embarrassed to admit this. I messed up really big. Apparently, the reason my door wasn't working was because of this staircase that I did in the very first part of the video. As you guys can see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks wide. Turns out in my build space video, in my building place, it's only 3 blocks wide. I messed up this entire staircase. And so what I've decided to do is I've decided to roll with that. And hopefully you guys can forgive me for making such a colossal mistake with this. But I will show you something new, a new way that I've invented on how to fix this. So over here, right? So if we come down from the staircase, when we walk through this hallway, this is the left part right over here. So basically, we're gonna fill in this section with an additional stone brick blocks over here. And then we're gonna have the doorway right here. Basically, we're gonna have some sticky pistons. So if I get my sticky pistons right here, and we put 2 of them right here, that's where we're gonna keep our sticky pistons. And the way we want them to be triggered, which I'll show you how to do all the redstone right here. I'll have this part broken real quick. The way we want the redstone to work is we'll put a redstone dust on top of this block. And I know this is weird. It's me doing redstone, which doesn't really correlate, but I promise you this does work. We do want to put a redstone torch underneath this, and this will keep the pistons constantly activated. So when we have our blocks here, you won't be able to see the fact that there are some sticky pistons sticking this in. Okay, and now what we want to do, now that we have this redstone torch down there powering, we basically want to have a secret button, which will be right about, I guess right here would be probably a good spot. And this button right here, we'll go down to this redstone through redstone wire and deactivate the redstone torch right over there. It's kind of messy, but it works. So if you press this button, you can see it would retract for a second and allow you to get into the room. And then we will also have a pressure plate in the room as well, with redstone dust connecting right there as well. So when we bury everything and everything is said and done, and we have some stone bricks here, we have a secret button that no one knows about, and this way we don't have to go through the top entrance every single time. So we have a secret button down here that if we press it, it opens the door and lets us go through. And then that's all the redstone working back there, and we just hide it with this wall right here. And we also have a pressure plate, so when we want to exit, we can just go through. Simple as that. I apologize so much for messing that up, because that is such a big detail that I messed up. The staircase, I don't know what happened. I really don't. I'm just as confused as you guys are. Ooh, and I even forgot, that's horrifying. Don't look at that, oh my goodness. I forgot to fill in the ceiling right here too. As you guys can see, I was running on gas and fumes. I really hope that video did make sense. If it didn't, slow it down and just kind of see what I'm doing. Sorry about that, guys. I will never make that mistake again, I promise you. 100%, I promise. Anyways, now that we got this cool secret door built and everything, oh, and that helps out so much. Isn't that nice? Now you don't have to go through the maze every single time you're trying to build this. Now I'm going to teach you how to build all the textures and everything. And this is where the video gets a little bit tricky, but it's fun. All the textures I'll teach you how to do, and then there will be the decorations, and then I believe this video should be over. So let's jump onto the decorations part. Okay, so before we actually start off the texturing and everything, what you want to do, because there's one very last small detail, I would consider this texturing too. Get some andesite wall and some stone brick slabs out as well. And we are going to go ahead and texture the outside real quick. So the way we do this is we get the andesite wall, and on the very top layer right here, we place the andesite wall here, we jump down and go press one down here, jump down and press one down here. And we'll do this on both sides as well. So one here, and one here. Now what we do is we will also put andesite walls here, and then we'll go down, place one here. We'll go down. I know this is kind of a vague description, but it works, you know? And then we'll do that. If that makes sense, I hope it does. From this corner right here, so if we have this wall right here, it goes 1, 2, 3, then an andesite wall with a slab on top. Also put the stone brick slabs on top. Then it goes 1, 2, 3, put a stone brick on top as well. From up here on this corner, we have these two walls with the slab on top. Then it goes 1, 2, 3, place one on top as well, just like that. And then the very top one, it's just these two corner pieces right here. Super simple, super easy, and we want to do this on every single side. So I'll show you again how I did it. This is how I figured it out. I just put a wall here, here, and here. Then I put a wall here, and here, and then one here. It's kind of almost satisfying to watch, actually. I'll do it again one last time, and I also gave you the dimensions on how to actually do it. So 1, 2, 3. There should be a 3 space gap between each of them, and then each and every single one should have a slab on top as well, just like this. Kind of going around right here. Got these slabs right there and there, then there and there. So yeah, make sure to add that on all 4 corners. But basically for the texturing, we are going to need a lot of blocks actually. What you want to go ahead and get is a lot of mossy stone bricks. We're going to get mossy stone brick stairs, mossy stone brick walls, and slabs. Pretty much every variation of mossy stone bricks. Then we will also get stone stairs, and we'll also get stone blocks as well. So stone blocks right there. We're going to get some jungle leaves. And then we're also going to get lanterns, I believe. And I think that's it for texturing the outside. I believe so. And what I'm going to do for the texturing too, because I don't want to have to add, oh, cracked stone bricks. There we go. That was the last thing I forgot. Let me not forget that. But what I was saying is I'm only going to texture one corner because you guys don't need to see me texturing every single corner. It gets repetitive and boring. But I will show you how to texture this one corner. So basically what we want to do on every single one, and maybe not right here, because since this is our secret entrance, we don't want to put leaves here, but basically we're going to scatter some jungle leaves around every once in a while. We don't want to put too many. We don't want to put too little though as well, because we do want it to have this kind of jungly kind of looking vibe. So we'll put just jungle leaves where it looks good. Maybe here I'll have a little bit more jungle leaves than I usually do. Maybe even actually going up to the next layer, because there's going to be jungle leaves up here as well. So basically, just use your own discernment, your own judgment to kind of look around and be like, okay, this looks pretty good. I think I'll put some right here, and maybe one more right here. And you guys can kind of see it's already starting to just add so much color that is desperately needed. So we can just keep adding these jungle leaves in around where it looks good, where it fits in, maybe just a couple right there actually. Maybe 1, 2, 3, just a couple over here. And this will also help us with our lighting source. The reason I have the lanterns is because sea lanterns, when I was placing them underneath these jungle leaf blocks for lighting and stuff, they look terrible. You could see the sea lanterns so easily, but with these lanterns, oh my goodness, they are the most blessed thing in Minecraft ever. They hide up lighting sources so well. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I'll have to show you guys in just a sec. But yeah. As you can see, one major thing I'm starting to do is just add these jungle leaves. As for the lanterns, what you can do with those, actually, I'll do the lanterns in a little bit. I'll do the textures right now. So what we can do around here every once in a while is we can add some of this mossy stone and make it look a little bit beaten down, like the temple's been, it's been through a lifespan, you know, it's had a lot of attacks, a lot of sacrifices, it's gotten kind of gruesome in there a couple times. And so adding this moss just shows that it's aged, you know, it's not something that's freshly new. It makes it, it adds texture, it gives it this unique kind of look, and which is what we want. We want it to look unique. Maybe even on the stairs too, you want to go, if you want to add a lot of mossy stone bricks, you can. It really does help, and it makes the build just have a lot more character to it, you know? It makes it look nice. And I would suggest putting in a lot more than you think is necessary, because even though it feels like I'm putting a lot right now, in comparison to how big the build actually is, it's really not that much. But yeah, we'll also add in cracked stone bricks around every once in a while. Not nearly as much, but just in some spots that'll look good, like right here maybe. Maybe with the stairway over here, I can have some cracked stone bricks, like one right there and one right there. It's a little bit harder to do since we don't actually have slab versions of this block, so it's a little bit tougher. Maybe in this actual structure here itself, we can add some mossy stone bricks and stuff, mossy slabs and all that, just to make it a little bit more textured and everything right there. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. But yeah, basically, again, it's using your own discernment and just kind of seeing what looks good, because yours isn't going to be the exact same as mine. If you wanted to copy every single gesture I did with this mossy stone brick, well, that would just be crazy. And in my opinion, it would be crazy at least. But yeah, as far as cracked stone bricks and everything, and what you can also do too, this is something I did quite a bit, is I'd actually have sections where it looked like it had just crumbled the wall a little bit and messed it up. So that way it looks kind of broken down. It looks a little interesting, you know? It looks like it's just had a few shattered pieces and everything. And it looks good. It looks good that way, I'd say. So there's the texturing with all this right here. As for the stone and stone stairs, I think you guys can already see where I'm going with this. Just replace some of the andesite with some stone and stuff. Don't always have just a regular pattern of Minecraft blocks in general, because it looks terrible. So what you can do is you can mix it in and out with some stone blocks. And this adds a lot more texture. It makes it look a lot nicer. What we can also do with stone brick stairs though, is we can actually have some texture like it's breaking almost. The pathway is kind of broken a little bit. And you can also do this with andesite. I wouldn't go too crazy with this specific detail, because you don't want it too much breaking and too much tearing apart. But I also do this with the staircases as well. I texture it up a lot with a bunch of stone blocks going up and texturing the whole thing. And I do this around the entire base, pretty much everywhere, in all honesty. I just go texture crazy, adding mossy stone bricks and stuff like that all the time. You can see it just adds more detail, makes the stairs not look so bland. And already it's kind of coming together a little bit. As for the lanterns, let me actually set the time to night real quick so you guys can see how well this works. If we get vines out as well, you guys will have to use quite a few vines to cover up the leaves and everything. But if we place the lantern right under here, say, and then we put some vines underneath it, from far away, that lantern you almost can't see. It's almost impossible to make out. And if you keep doing this everywhere, this is a perfect way to light up. If you need to add more, jungle leaves and stuff just so that you can have more lighting, totally do it. Put it so that's kind of buried underneath though, and it gives you that nice lighting effect. You can see it's starting to light up the whole thing without us having to spam torches everywhere, which makes the build look absolutely awful in my opinion. Never spam torches everywhere, because that's just so terrible. Even though Minecraft is kind of limited when it comes to the fact of lighting sources and everything, just don't spam torches. But yeah, what you can also do too is with these vines, I also add a lot of detail onto the walls wherever I can. Typically I place vines on the walls and stuff so that it looks a little bit more viney and kind of natural, or overgrown is the better word, because that's kind of what we're going for in this build, is just this kind of overgrown, viney Mayan old temple. And what I will do too is I will add vines up here as well, all around, just everywhere. Maybe some vines even hanging down and growing down, and just trying to make this thing look as archaic as possible, like it's been standing for generations, because that's what we want. That's kind of the appearance that we're going for. But yeah, you can see I'm just adding some vines around, adding these mossy stone bricks. And I will say, do not limit yourself to just doing the outside exterior. Also texture all this with stone and stuff right here. But also do the interior as well. Texture all this up inside here with mossy stone bricks everywhere you can. Just go everywhere, go wild with it, add it like crazy. That's what I do in my one video where I'm going to show the decorations and stuff. I have so much mossy stone bricks everywhere, and I even have vines all over the place too, going all crazy and stuff. I'll show you guys that in the texture video as well. But as far as this base goes, yeah, just add vines everywhere. It adds so much detail. It makes the base look amazing on the interior. I also add tons of vines in here, which I'll show you in the decorations part. But basically, just keep texturing everything up, adding mossy stone bricks, adding these cracked stone bricks as well to make everything just look textured, and just do that around the entire base, and I promise you, you can't go wrong. It's really hard to put too much texture into a build. I mean, it can happen, but it's pretty hard to do that. So basically that's what it will kind of look like though. And with that said, I think that's actually all I'm gonna do for the outside and everything. You do want torches actually. Here's a real quick thing. I'll probably say this in the actual part where we do the decorations and all that. But here you can put some torches on the walls, and there will be like skeleton skulls up here too. I'll show you guys all of that. That's kind of just a fun little tidbit right there. Ooh, wanna fill that up. I don't know why that was broken right there. Ew. Uh-oh, that looks a little weird too though, doesn't it? Huh. That is odd. Oh, that's because that's supposed to be a stair right there. That's why. Whoopsie. But yeah, with that said, I will move on to the decorations part, and I guess now you guys get to see all the decorations that I did, which I went absolutely wild with it. I hope you guys do like the decorations. This is kind of what you stuck around for, also the texturing, but let's just jump into the decorations and go into the build test world. Now that we are in our building tutorial world, I can show you what I mean too. With the staircase, look at this. 3 blocks wide instead of 5. And that kills me, guys. It really does. It really kills me. It really makes me sad. But yeah, this is the temple. I guess I'll show you guys the decorations. So starting off on the outside of the base, this is what it looks like, all completely textured up too. It looks beautiful if you ask me. First, what I did though is I added skeleton heads on each and every single kind of side of the build. So these skeleton heads are all scattered around. I don't know if you can get these actually in survival mode or not. If you can, it's got to be really, really hard to do. But yeah, if you don't have skeleton heads too, I just use something to make it look just like there's something kind of staring at you. Maybe observers. I'm not totally sure because they kind of have a weird face looking thing. But yeah, when we first walk in here, you can see I did actually change a little bit of the layout of the floor too. I made this stone brick kind of wind around in a circle kind of path, but I added a sapling with a nice little tree sapling in there. I added some carpet as well. Here's the beacon that I was talking about that goes straight up through the wall and everything right there. That looks amazing if you ask me. But we have this carpet in here. Up here I got some skeleton heads peering around, looking around. It's kind of a creepy little room entrance, but as far as entrances go, yeah, I'd say that looks pretty good, you know? It looks good with the little guy staring you down and everything. But when we go down the staircase, you can see that I have put torches and I have also textured it up. One thing, I'm going to go purposely the wrong way in this maze right now, just so I can show you guys. I added these saplings in dead ends. So if you accidentally go the wrong way, you end up at a sapling. And I thought that was just a kind of funny, cool little thing that I did. Just something funny. You know, come to think of it, guys, this is impressive. I actually memorized 2 mazes just to make this video. So one for the build world, that's not in this world, and one for this one. So that's pretty impressive that I memorized two mazes. But yeah, so for decorations in this one, you can see I added 3 anvils, one here, and one over here, and they're kind of damaged. I also added some vines in the corners and some vines and stuff. And this is kind of like a sacrifice room. Right here we got a wither skeleton reading from a book that says hoogly boogly let there be a giant smoothie. I'm not really sure what was going through my head when I made that. I put 2 redstone torches though, just to make it kind of look like a creepy, almost sacrifice room, you know. But what we got here is we got the beacon in the middle, and this beacon, obviously it's not green here. I put some stained green glass somewhere in the middle so that eventually it does turn green. But this is kind of the main room with a bunch of texture and vines on the walls. I did put these green banners up on either side of all the corners of the room, and you'll see this throughout the whole build. I do put a lot of green banners around, and I also put some light gray carpet going around this side as well. I think that makes it look really nice, stands out real. And I really love this wither skull. I went through it with the whole skeleton theme the whole time just because I loved it so much. It turned out amazing. But with that said, that is just about all the details in the room. Just added some more vines and some more actual jungle leaves too. Now with the hallways, I did texture these up every once in a while. I put a wither skull or a skeleton skull depending, oh, forgot a torch there too, depending on what I was feeling. In this corner right here, you can actually see that I didn't actually use a block. I actually used a wall, but that's all right. You guys can fix that if you want, or you can just leave it like that. So here I added some vines, some pots with some saplings, some skeleton heads, and I just textured it up a little bit, just made it look a little bit nicer, and it makes everything pop out quite a bit. Over here, you can hardly even recognize this area anymore. For the ground, I did texture a lot of it with gravel and stone to give it a lot more texture. Don't forget to do that because that is so crucial to make the floors look a lot better. But I added more vines up on the roof and ceiling and everything. I really like those vines right there. This is one of my favorite parts just because it looks so jungly and so cool. Oh, I love it. Over in this corner, I got an armor stand with a white skeleton head and white dyed leather armor, and I do this all around the base. You can see here's another skeleton where I kind of broke part of the wall and added him here. I do this all over the place just because these guys look so cool and they fit the theme so well. Back here is actually where I created the chest room. So I created a bunch of chests along this wall over here with some crafting tables and your ender chest right there as well, so that you can have that. On this side of the room, I do have entrance to a nether portal, since this is a survival base. So I do have this room over here built. And then over here on this side of the room, I also have an enchantment room with some lighting from some sea lanterns and everything, with some lime carpet and green carpet. But yeah, that's kind of all I did. Honestly, if I go back here, you can see I really didn't use this space for much else other than this enchantment room. Make sure that if you do what I did though, to light this all up too, just so that there's not a mob spawning problem. But yeah, so those are the two rooms that I had over there. That's what I did for those guys, and I think those turned out very wonderful. Very wonderful. I really like them. They turned out cool. Over here I added some more vines and some more textures with these banners. I put these banners up all along the middle of the hall, these green banners, and they're nothing special about them. They're just plain green banners, but they look pretty nice. So over here, if we leave from our base, we can go over here, and you can see over here there is this part of the room where you actually have the escape hatchet, and this is what it was supposed to look like. With the 3 wide staircase, it works a lot better, if you ask me. It looks so much nicer that way. We also have entrance to what would be your mine, and then a bubble shaft coming up from that, so that you can actually get out of your mine too. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that I messed up the stairs, guys, but with the 5 stairs too, it looks all right too. So over here though, we got this room over here. See, in this in the 5 wide stair one, this is where we would actually have the entrance right here, and that's honestly the only difference with the staircases though. Other than that, it's there's no other difference really. But yeah, over here I kind of have a junk room with shulker boxes and chests and whatnot, just all scattered about, maybe a crafting table. This is where you can leave all your junk and stuff and let pile up like I love to do. I also have pots with some bamboo and stuff in it, and again, don't forget about these floors with all the gravel and andesite and stuff like that. I do use this carpet texture quite a lot because it looks kind of like a leaf. It's just a very simple kind of crossing lime carpet with some green carpet on the sides. It makes it look kind of leafy, more jungle-y vibe to it. I do have another pot right here, and I got torches all over the place as well. I won't even go into the whole lighting scheme because I don't even know if this whole thing is mob-proof or not. I'll let that be up to you guys. But across from this room, from our entrance room, we have got our bedroom. So we got this nice carpet right over here. It looks pretty nice. We got a special looking bed with some stone slabs going around and some cool stone archways with our purple bed in the middle, because you gotta have a purple bed. Purple beds are where it's at, you know? But yeah, I did texture up this room a little bit. I added some vines too. I added a wall with some jungle woods and some cocoa beans, just to kind of, I don't know, make it have a bit more of a jungle vibe to it. Over here I got some banners with some of these like little arch supports, and in between we got some item frames and stuff like that. I actually have my costume, which is cargo shorts, a shirt, and shoes matching up with that. Then I got some chainmail armor and then some iron armor over here. This is where we would sleep, our main bedroom and everything. But that is kind of that done. Here's a good shot for you guys to copy it if you would like to. Over here we got another skeleton man. Oh, look at him, he's so cute sitting in that corner. He's guarding our station, you know, keeping it safe. I love him for that. So over here, I had some ideas for these cool rooms right here. So I got another one of these leaf carpets, but then over here I actually have an automatic cobblestone creator, which I came up with myself. I created it all by myself, even though there were a few disasters and a few breaks. Basically, it's just an observer, observing every time you break this block, and then right below it triggers this piston to push up twice, and then the water and the lava create stone, something like that. I bet there's probably a more efficient way to do this because it doesn't even go that fast. Yeah, it goes pretty slow. But anyways, that's what I did for one of the smaller rooms, just to give you an idea of what you could do. On this other side over here, I actually have a firework factory where you can get some gunpowder, get some paper, and together you can get some shulker boxes if you need it. Just craft up some fireworks, because when you're using elytras and you're always crafting fireworks and stuff, this is just a nifty little station that you could have, that you could add. These rooms are a little bit smaller though, so you could decide what you want. This is just personally what I would have done myself. I'm not actually sure why I just pressed escape too. That was weird. But yeah, so you could make a little firework farm over here. Then going over to this area over here. So again, just so you guys can get oriented, this is where the staircases are over here to the right. Over here, I created a sugarcane farm. So every time a sugarcane grows up 2, these pistons trigger. And the way I did that is I just have these observers observing a block that powers a redstone, that powers a piston. Super simple redstone stuff that even I can even understand. And it's just a cool little sugarcane farm with water streams that push this down and then all collect in this hopper right down there. Super helpful if you're also having a firework farm as well. Another little skeleton man. I got these guys just all over the place just because they look so cool, and more jungle leaves textured up and everything. And then in my final room over here, I just turned it into a little furnace room. So we got some main furnaces over here. Since these aren't ore oriented or food oriented, these can smell anything. So we got these all positioned all over the place. Then we got blast furnaces on the left, and we got smokers on the right. And over here, I got 2 charcoal boxes so that if we ever need some charcoal, we can fill up these guys and get our smelting going on. I did put some slabs on the top right here to make it look a little bit nicer. And I put more carpet. I don't know why, but it's just a letter H. I don't know, that's just kind of a leaf pattern, I guess, though. But we got some leaves stationed around the place too and everything like that. And in all honesty, that's just about it. I showed you guys this room over here with enchantment room, what we did with all the space. We got the ender portal over there. Ender portal, not ender. Nether portal. What am I saying? With the Nether update, I shouldn't be messing that up. But yeah, so that's all the textures. When we put up some green banners and some torches everywhere and textured the heck out of this thing with all the mossy stone bricks and cracked stone bricks and the floor, making that look all nice and pretty too. And I honestly think that's actually about it, guys. I think we are done with this tutorial. We got our cool secret entrance right there. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. It was I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot of work to create this, and a lot of struggling and a lot of stress. And at times I was thinking about actually stopping. That was it was a very stressful thing. I hope you guys do like this. This is kind of a shorter part 3 too. I think part 2 took up the majority of the time for this entire series for this Aztec Temple. But with that said, guys, that's actually it. I got nothing more for you. You know, that was all the major details that I put into this base. I hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to enjoy playing Minecraft. It's the most fun game ever. I love it with a passion, and I hope you guys too. And enjoy life as well. You know, whatever life is doing for you, just enjoy it while you have it. And with that said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully it won't be a series this long again. But with that said, I will see you guys in the next Minecraft video.